Yes, here they'd come, the two managers, into the sunshine together. They had their arms round one another as they walked out of the tunnel. Ange Postecoglou and Jurgen Klopp as well. And now he turns and he looks up to us here. His family, I'm sure, will be down below us in the lower tier, and then his coaching staff arrive as well. This really is a little glimpse and a little taster of what it'll be like in a couple of weeks' time here when it is his final match. Darwin Núñez as well walks out and gives Jurgen Klopp a hug. And as I say, before the match, when the teams were warming up, normally you see Jurgen Klopp on the halfway line, but in actual fact he spent quite a long time on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area where they were having their shooting drills and just looking at the Kop there. And as he says in the match programme today, he does acknowledge that the end is nigh, and he says hopefully we can make the most of the remaining time we have together. So he's just taking his seat now, dressed almost all in grey today with a pair of what look like brand new white trainers on, but he takes a swig from his bottle, and his Liverpool players are out there on the pitch now preparing for the start of this match against Tottenham, who are to the left of the halfway line as we look down in their all-white kit. Liverpool in the all-red. And Jurgen Klopp has a number of Liverpool supporters right behind him as he sits there with their scarves held high. And we'll have a listen to this. He's only going to hear it today and once more at Anfield as the Liverpool manager. Jurgen Klopp leads the applause, and for the duration of that, almost the whole rendition of You Never Walk Alone, he had his eyes on the cup, Dion, and I think there was a lump in his throat.
You know what, I've heard that many times, that song in this stadium. That just sounded a little bit louder than normal.
What is it going to be like in a fortnight's time here? There will not be a dry eye in the house. Off we go then, Liverpool against Tottenham. It is third against fifth in the Premier League. Liverpool, after Aston Villa's defeat, now know that they will finish in the top three this season, and the title hopes, of course, have almost completely gone now. I think everyone accepts that. But for Tottenham, after Aston Villa's defeat, they have an opportunity today to move to within 4 points of Aston Villa, and Spurs after this still have 3 matches to play. So the World Service listeners join us here, and it's absolutely glorious, I must tell you, in the sunshine here at Anfield. It is a beautiful spring day with Liverpool defending the Kop in the first half and Tottenham in possession of the ball. Liverpool with Andy Robertson just approaching Kulusevski, who started here on the right-hand side, comes back in field for Bissouma. Bissouma again gets the ball and plays it to Kulusevski, and Kulusevski up against Robertson again, onto his left foot. Oh, lovely ball, chips it into the penalty area for the arrival of Pedro Porro, who wins the first corner of the match for the visitors, for Tottenham. Let's go to Wembley though before they take it, and Henry Moran
Another equaliser for Solihull Moors. Their captain, Jamie Osborne, born in Solihull. Driving run, low finish. Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 2.
Could go all the way at Wembley today. We'll keep you posted on that in the playoff final for a place in the Football League. But Tottenham with this corner. Porro to take it. It's a very, very deep one towards the back post. He was looking for Son, who was peeling away. Van Dijk headed it away. Here is Son, who almost lost his footing actually against Alexander-Arnold. Goes past him, went down. Referee Paul Tierney says that Alexander-Arnold just caught him, causing Son to go down and winning the free kick. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, just gets the ball caught in his in between his legs there, Son. And yeah, Trent just wraps his arm around him and just gives him a quick tug back. Not a lot in it, to be honest.
There really wasn't
not a lot in it, but the referee didn't like it. He's given a free kick in a dangerous area as well.
He has.
Corner of the box, left-hand side for Spurs. It's going to be an in-swinger with pace.
Yeah, from Pedro Porro, who's gone all the way across there to take this. So it's coming in from a great angle. The shadows cast by the roof of the Kop. The players lining up across the middle of the penalty area. As Pedro Porro now, little steps and then drives it in, but it's headed away for Liverpool by Kwanzaa, and then comes out to Yves Bissouma, who wildly off balance hits a shot that lands halfway up the Kop. So Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. We're in the 3rd minute of the match. The other thing to say as well is that this is the match that was so controversial earlier in the season, when Tottenham beat Liverpool at the end of September in that match that was decided by a late own goal, a Joel Matip own goal, but 2 Liverpool players were sent off. But most famously, the controversial goal, the Luis Diaz goal, that was disallowed, and it should have been allowed as it was later conceded. Liverpool with this goal kick. Son has actually encroached into the penalty area, so Paul Tierney's had to speak to him about that, and Liverpool are able to work it up to Mo Salah on the halfway line, who is fouled. Jurgen Klopp did speak about Mo Salah before the game, having come back into the team today, Dion, so everyone's happy, everyone's friends. The fire has been extinguished.
Hugs all around on the training pitch, I would imagine.
And Jurgen Klopp said before the match in his interview that Salah has had a good week in training. That's what we want and what he wants, so there was absolutely no doubt about him starting today. And here he is now, chasing the ball down into the full-back position. Emerson Royal gets there first, passes it back to Vicario, now out to the right-hand side to Pedro Porro, and Porro glides around Gakpo, but Robertson wins it back for Liverpool and crosses into the midriff of goalkeeper Vicario, who's able to catch it in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, he just anticipates that ball into the forward there. Robertson gets in front of him, drives and the ball just wasn't pulled back enough because McAllister was on his way in.
Just like last night when I was commentating with Chris Waddle on the Manchester City match, we do have a choice of listening, and that choice is either the Premier League on 5 Live or the Champions Cup Rugby Union semi-final on Sports Extra, which sounds like a real thriller. Toulouse 31, Harlequins 26. So you can listen to that commentary live from France on Sports Extra right now, but we'll keep you right across it here. Tottenham attacking, Kulusevski on the right-hand side, might have a chance to cross. In actual fact, Luis Diaz comes back. Thought he had the opportunity to swing it in there, but he didn't take it. However, comes back to Bissouma. Bissouma then back to Kulusevski. Kulusevski infield to Bissouma. I will run you through the teams in full. Bissouma square again. Bright start from Tottenham. Bentancur lifted into the box. Too much on that, and Alisson's able to pick it up. Bissouma's gone down inside the penalty area. I think he's claiming that he had his foot stood on, I think. Anyway, he's down. Paul Tierney's coming across to see how he is. So while he does that, let's get an update from France, from Chris Jones.
Quickly though, Marcus Smith on his own 22. He throws a tired pass, which is knocked on by Harlequins. And then Toulouse come forward trying to steal, but the crowd know that they've got Quins now. Smith, bravely but forlornly, trying to run it out of his own territory. His pass was a tired one. And Toulouse have the scrum with 8 minutes to go.
We went for the 50-22.
So it does sound as though Toulouse are back in charge there. We will get you the score in a moment. But judging by what Chris was saying there, it sounds as though they have scored again. So I'll find you that latest score when we have a chance. Yes, they have. Toulouse 38, Harlequins 26, and there's not long to go. There must be about 10 minutes to go. As It is 0-0 here. Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. Tottenham win it back in the centre circle. Romero to Kulusevski, then back to the halfway line to Pedro Porro. So 0-0. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk and Robertson. Endo with Elliott and McAllister in midfield, and then Salah, Gakpo and Diaz. And Tottenham with Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven and Emerson Royal, Bentancur, Bissouma and Sarr. And then the way they're playing it, Dion, Son through the middle, Johnson's on the left-hand side and Kulusevski on the right. I did wonder whether perhaps Son would stay on the left, but he's in the middle. Here's Salah, released down the right-hand side for Liverpool, outside of his boot, curls it in and it hits the bar and bounces out from a very tight angle. Vicario was groping there, didn't get a touch, hit the bar. Elliott over the top, headed square by Gakpo. Salah was waiting, Van de Ven just hooked it away with his left boot, then across the area from Alexander-Arnold, cleared away at the back post by Pedro Porro. So very close to dropping under the crossbar, but hit the woodwork and stayed out.
Yeah, Vicario there was struggling to try and get hold of that one, hit the bar, and I think he was happy to see it hit the bar and go to safety. But Spurs play such a high-tempo game. It's really hard to continue to do that for so long during the game, never mind during the season. That's why they may have dropped off.
And just for the record, Salah has scored 2 penalties in his last 8 appearances, so just the 2 penalties. So short of a goal from open play. Salah, who is Liverpool's 24-goal top scorer this season. Tottenham, it looks as though they've had a reminder from Ange Postecoglou as Sarr is caught in possession by Elliott, and Elliott now to Salah. Salah with a shot, blocked by the legs of the keeper. Elliott with a shot, that's blocked on the line by Romero. And Tottenham's goal survives.
Yeah, they're living dangerously, Spurs, at the moment. They're trying to play that game that they play all the time, out from the back. He gets nicked, and Liverpool are getting in really good areas, getting red shirts forward. Great save by the keeper. Romero comes to the safety as well. 2 certain goals saved by the defenders and the keeper.
And Salah, I have to say, in the opening minutes of this match, looks a great deal more like his real self.
Looks sharp, doesn't he? Looks really sharp, and I can see the players as well. They're getting their head up. They're looking for Salah. Every time they look up, Salah's on the shoulder of the fullback. The fullback at the moment doesn't know whether to stick or twist.
However, they've not been able to get the ball in the net, and that's been the problem for Liverpool, the missed chances. So Salah with just the 2 penalties in his last 8 appearances. Diaz has not scored in 6. Gakpo's not scored in 6. Tottenham with the ball in centre field. 0-0, but a really promising start to this match. This is what you'd hope it would be between these 2 teams. Offside flag though on the far side against Brennan Johnson, and he's kicked the ball away, but not far enough for that to be a yellow card.
So what is far enough?
Well, further than that, which was about 7 yards. Paul Tierney, free kick, decides against showing a yellow card. On the subject of yellow cards, Dion, both managers are 1 yellow card away from a touchline suspension. What happens if Jurgen Klopp got a yellow card next week?
Surely not.
At Aston Villa.
It's a brave referee to give that card. It's a brave referee.
Van Dijk, misplaced pass, slipped actually, played through the middle. I thought Son might have been able to reach that, but it was all the way through from Bissouma, and Alisson was able to pick it up.
Yeah, I think Elliott just put Bissouma under a bit of pressure there, and he forced the pass, didn't this time find his teammate.
Alexander-Arnold, Salah cutting in from the right. Left-footed ball is blocked on the edge of the penalty area. Tottenham could break here. Alexander-Arnold is way out of position. So Brennan Johnson now taking it on, but Liverpool are back in numbers. Johnson turns, gives it back in centre field, and Tottenham go back to the halfway line. So Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. This slump that Liverpool have hit, it has really seen them hit the buffers, as Liverpool struggling just to keep possession. Tottenham winning it back, and then down goes Sarr under the challenge of Endo, who was all over the back of him. Wins a free kick on the right-hand side. Liverpool with 1 win in their last 5 Premier League matches. That's how it's slipped away and left Liverpool 8 points behind Arsenal and 7 behind City after their wins yesterday. Tottenham with it on the left-hand side after the free kick was taken short. Clipped into the penalty area. Kulusevski after it, but it was cleared away. Robertson went with him. Robertson was able to get the touch on it, and Tottenham go all the way back to goalkeeper Vicario on the edge of his penalty area. Mentioned the match earlier this season. The match here last season ended 4-3, if you remember that one. Liverpool led 3-0. Tottenham brought it back to 3-3, including a goal right at the end from Richarlison, and then Jota in the 4th minute of added time won it 4-3 for Liverpool. And Paul Tierney was actually the referee that day as well, as he is today. 0-0, Tottenham still with the ball inside their own half, so they go back into their own penalty area. Still in the Rugby Union semi-final, Toulouse with that advantage as they head into the final minutes there. That's over on Sports Extra, but it looks as though it is going to be a Leinster-Toulouse Champions Cup final. Allison's got the ball 5 yards outside of his penalty area. It's almost like a central defender. Gives it to Alexander-Arnold. Then a crossfield pass from right to left. Diaz is blocked by Pedro Porro, then tries to get round the outside. And then it's taking a final touch off the Tottenham defender, and it's a corner. And I think the Tottenham players are suggesting that Kulusevski, who was the Spurs player who had hit last, perhaps was being fouled by Luis Diaz.
Yeah, I think he was dragged back, actually. I think great work from Kulusevski to get back, but yeah, Diaz just pulls his shoulder, goes down easy, and the referee doesn't like it, doesn't give it, and it's a corner for Liverpool. In swinger. Not
enough for a free kick. Debatable. Corner's taken to McAllister. Now it's chipped in by Elliott, a stretch by Alexander-Arnold. Salah is there, and the offside flag is up, even though it was saved somehow by Vicario, who threw himself. It was from a very tight angle. Salah tried to slot it underneath him, and
I think it might hit the post, you know.
Did it?
I think it might have hit the post. It's a really well-worked corner, goes short, they get it to the edge of the box. Elliott just wedges it in the box. Salah's a mile offside from the flick on there, and I think it comes off the near post there. They're getting in, Liverpool. They're getting in. They're hitting the target. They're doing what they need to do. But at the moment, it's rush defence from Spurs just to stay in the game at 0-0 at the moment.
Yeah, that was a good spot, Dion. Just as well you wiped your glasses before the game. But it wouldn't have counted if it had gone into the back of the net rather than hitting the post. But again, Salah there. You must be thinking, when's this run going to end? Just needs to get the ball in the net from open play. 0-0. Here's Son near the corner of the penalty area. He's got a very good goal-scoring record against Liverpool. Son scored in his last 4 league appearances against Liverpool, including that match earlier this season, obviously. Here's Sarr on the edge of the area. Sarr out to the left-hand side, swept right across the 6-yard box by Johnson. No one in there, whether in red or white, was able to get a touch, so it's out of play for a throw in the Liverpool left-back area.
I mean, as a centre forward, I sometimes think to myself, why don't you play the left footer on the left and the right footer on the right, so that the centre forwards or the players arriving in the box can just get some service? Kulusevski gets it on the right hand side, he's chopping back, Johnson's doing the same. They want to be on their comfortable foot. Go down the outside, put the ball in the box, give your team a chance to score a goal.
This throw-in results in another Liverpool throw-in. This one halfway inside the Liverpool half. It's almost warm here today. After what's been a cold winter, everyone listening on the World Service in the old country. But this is more like it. Fluffy clouds, blue sky, warm sunshine. Liverpool on the attack. Gakpo, who's out on the left-hand side. Orange boot, might have a goal. No, he clips it in. Salah is there with a header! Say, finally I've been able to get a goal from open play, and Liverpool have the lead. 15 minutes on the clock, and Mo Salah, the fire's out, everyone's friends, he's back in the team, and he's scored. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 0.
That's a really good finish, by the way, from Mo Salah. Gakpo does so well. He goes towards the corner of the box, he drops his left shoulder, and he comes inside as if he's going to shoot, but he just wedges it to the far post. Salah stays away like any good goal scorer should, stays onside as well, heads it into the near post. Keeper's got no chance, and I love the celebration. John, you're absolutely right. Finally, it's gone in for me. He's 2 or 3 yards onside. We're looking at the replay. Yeah, the keeper goes down too low for me. Vicario goes down too early. It's a good header, but he's got to stay big. Stay big. Yeah, he's got to be stronger than that, the keeper.
Vicario almost his legs almost collapse underneath
him. It's like he's falling back. He doesn't really need to fall back. He needs to come forward.
Yeah, for a man who's 6'4", he's simply not using his height there, and he's started to go down, and he got a hand to it, but because he was going down, he couldn't prevent it from.
And we have to tell the listeners as well that you and I were great in goal.
Well, if you'd only seen me, Dion. 1-0 Liverpool lead then, and slightly unusually, Liverpool are in front.
Well, John, that's a prime example right there. Kulusevski has the ball on the right-hand side. He's being shown the line, but he can't take the line because he's not comfortable on his right foot. That's where you need your right footer. It's just a chance to create a chance, not taken.
Don't see too many Salah headers, do you? But close range. Tottenham with the ball on the right as Bentancur crosses in, but Alisson's able to come forward and collect it. So we've seen Salah and Kevin De Bruyne score with headers now in the last couple of weeks or so. And Salah now on the right-hand side. It looked like it was coming today, though, didn't it?
Yeah, because he's been in a couple of good positions early on in the game, and I mean, he does look. His body language is incredible today. Start of this game, every time a red shirt gets the ball, he's off. He's into the space, and he wants it every single time.
Yeah, and aside from the penalty that he scored against Manchester United, in the last 6 Premier League games, he'd had 17 attempts on goal without scoring, and you can add to that a couple more today before finally he's made the breakthrough. As Robertson hits a long pass forward down the left-hand side, Romero comes and heads that. So it's yet another match without a clean sheet for Tottenham, although both of these sides have been leaky in terms of conceding goals in recent weeks. Liverpool with Diaz. Diaz is clipped there by Bissouma. That could be borderline in terms of a yellow card, but it's only going to be a free kick just forward of the centre circle.
Yeah, I think one of the problems that Spurs have, because they play such high tempo, when they get the ball they all go forward and they all look incredibly good on the ball, 1 and 2 touch, and they're flying about, but when they lose it they have no shape at all. That's why there's so much space down the right hand side for Salah and so much space down the left hand side for Robertson.
And Diaz has stayed down, actually. They're just deciding whether they're going to send on the medical people, but there's no sign of them yet, so there'll be a little delay for the taking of this free kick. That was Mo Salah's 25th goal of this season for Liverpool, and also it's his 10th for Liverpool against Tottenham, which includes a penalty in the Champions League final. Remember that in Madrid, the early penalty that sent Liverpool on the way to victory, and a 9th league goal for him, for Liverpool against Tottenham, is a club record for Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur.
I think it just goes to show, doesn't it, how high Salah's standards are. If we're questioning him and his season, he's got 25 and he's still having a hard time with it. What a player.
Diaz is okay, he's back on his feet, he's made his way back out to the left wing, and the free kick is taken centrally by Liverpool. And now Robertson on the left-hand side wins the throw-in. Yes, but we know what we have been saying about Erling Haaland at various times this season, and yesterday at Manchester City he looked almost unstoppable. Van Dijk hits a long pass, but it's actually 10 yards behind Salah, and then there's a flick from Alexander-Arnold back to Salah. Elliott. Alexander-Arnold will do well to reach this as Emerson Royal slides in with him. The ball is deflected behind, and the final touch was off the Liverpool man, so it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it wasn't a great return ball from Elliott. Elliott just trying to put it inside the fullback for Trent Alexander, that made that lung-busting run down the side, 40 yards. He just didn't get the ball right, and I think the ball was out before he got there.
Goal kick for Tottenham. Dion Dublin alongside me, Premier League Golden Boot winner, and we're watching Tottenham bring it out from the back with Pedro Porro. Kulusevski challenge, won the ball back. Robertson then gives it to Gakpo, who set up the opening goal for Liverpool. Ball into the penalty area, bounces back to Diaz. Diaz now, the angle's very tight. Vicario comes out, he's got his legs on the ball, and then Pedro Porro smashes it behind to safety to concede a corner. But he nearly wriggled his way through Luis Diaz there.
Yeah, a bit of a mess that from Spurs, getting themselves all tied up in knots. Diaz nearly in, Vicario coming out, and it all got a bit scruffy and ends up a corner for Liverpool.
We will get news very shortly from the stadium in Toulouse, but Harlequins are out. They've been beaten in the semi-final. Details to follow. Toulouse are through. It's going to be a Toulouse-Leinster final. News coming shortly, but we'll see this Liverpool corner first of all. It's actually quite a good save by Vicario from Diaz. Came out bravely.
Brave as well, with his feet.
That is at the feet of Diaz with his feet. So corner from the left-hand side for Liverpool, in front of the Tottenham fans who are basking in the spring sunshine on Merseyside behind the goal. In comes the delivery, headed away by Romero, right across the 6-yard box and out for a corner on the other side. So Alexander-Arnold, who took the corner, just comes back into central position, and of course Andy Robertson goes out to take it from the left.
Yeah, it's an amazing way to defend Spurs, that first corner. Every single white shirt's on the 6-yard box. You've got Elliott on the edge of the box, you've got Salah on the edge of the box, and they're not bothered about it.
Yeah, and don't forget Tottenham, their susceptibility from set pieces. Have conceded 12 of their last 21 league goals, now 22 from set pieces. Robertson then to take this. And Tottenham are organising themselves. It's very, very congested between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. Robertson's delivery, Vicario comes and he catches it. Oh, I felt nervous for him there. Catches it in front of his face.
Only just.
It's a little juggle, and then out it goes to the halfway line where McAllister concedes a throw-in. So let's get to France then. What's the news, Chris Jones? It's all quiet in France. We'll be back there in a moment or two, but Alexander-Arnold just conceding another throw-in. Or was that? Is it going to be brought back for the challenge on Kulusevski? It is. It's a free kick to Tottenham nearer the halfway line. So Pedro Porro is going to take this. It's been a lively first quarter to the match. Liverpool leading by 1-0. Bissouma, as it's taken short, then back to Romero inside his own territory, and Gakpo closes him down quickly. So the ball is all the way back to Vicario. Tottenham, Van de Ven and Romero in possession. Now out to the right-hand side to Porro. Alexander-Arnold's able to step in. It bounces forward to Gakpo, who is challenged, might have been fouled by Bissouma. No, referee allows play to continue. Obviously saw that Bissouma had whipped the ball away. And Bissouma again inside his own half. Just in case you did just switch on as we were going to Chris, it did finish as a Toulouse victory by 38 points to 26, I think it was. But we will get there for the details in a moment or two as the ball deflects out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool in their own right-back position. Yeah, confirmed. Toulouse 38, Harlequins 26. Liverpool with a throw over in front of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. Alexander-Arnold is just walking over there, walking over the white line for the throw-in to be taken. And up it goes, up the line towards the halfway line. Luis Diaz just beaten to it ahead of Bissouma, and then it's cleared away by Liverpool back into the Tottenham half. In the Women's Super League, latest score, in fact it's full-time, West Ham 1, Leicester 1. The big news there that Arsenal won 2-1 at Manchester City. So we'll have more on that at half-time in this match, and then commentary later on the Chelsea match against Bristol City, which Chelsea have to win. That'll be on Sports Extra from 6:45. Alisson overarming the ball out for Robertson, and Robertson races forward into the Tottenham half. Gakpo is challenged by Pedro Porro, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool on the left. Endo then back to the halfway line. Van Dijk with a pass across the surface of the pitch to Gakpo. now Indo. He goes for a Van Dijk style crossfield pass. I think Salah struggled with that in the sun actually for a moment or two, but he's been able to collect it and shrug off Sarr. Back it comes to the left-hand side to Gakpo. Gakpo running at Pedro Porro, but then checks back and gives it back to Robertson. Robertson past Kulusevski to the edge of the penalty area to his left. The ball across from Gakpo, headed out to Alexander-Arnold, but Gakpo was in an offside position, so it's a free kick to Tottenham in their own right-back position.
Yeah, I think both these sides trying to play the same kind of game, really, high-tempo game, just trying to play through the thirds. The difference is Tottenham will play that short game, that passing game from their very own 18-yard box, where Liverpool will miss the press if they have to and get it into the middle of the pitch. Spurs are just total football, non-stop, and it gets them into trouble.
Thank you, Dion. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 0. Just getting the message that we've got one or two technical issues to France, but we will have the details from Chris Jones when we can sort that out. Here's Bissouma, who gives it to the right-hand side to Pedro Porro. Porro now forward, but all the way through to Alisson, who comes and slides out and gathers it on his left side, and then underarms the ball forward to McAllister, and McAllister passes it to Diaz, who can't keep it in play next to Ange Postecoglou in his dark suit, comes out clapping his hands on the edge of the coaching area, and Tottenham with Bissouma works the ball infield towards Bentancur, but the pass forward, Son was blocked by Kwanzaa, so Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold, a long pass forward from him, might go all the way to Gakpo inside the penalty area on the left. It does. Gakpo holding off the Tottenham defender. Romero has gone there with him and forced him out of the penalty area. That was really tight defending by Romero, who was, as they say, touch tight to Gakpo there.
I thought he could have done better, to be fair. Romero, the ball just went over his left shoulder where he really should have dealt with that better.
Now Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side does well, beats Emerson Royal, but the cover was there from Sarr, and Tottenham playing it out from the back. But there's a deflection which falls for Liverpool, so with a deafening noise now inside Anfield, urging their team forward despite the disappointment of the sequence of results in recent weeks. The home defeat, real shock that, wasn't it, in the quarter-final against Atalanta. That really burst the bubble, the 3-0 win for the Italian side in the first leg of the quarter-final of the Europa League, and then Crystal Palace coming and winning here in the Premier League. And now Salah on the right-hand side, who has scored the Liverpool goal. In it comes to the near post to Luis Diaz, but Romero did well, stood up to him. Luis Diaz bounced off him as Romero headed it behind for a corner.
Yeah, I think Liverpool are doing, short, in front of the dugout, short. Then it goes to Van Dijk in the centre of the pitch, pings it with pace to Trent Alexander. Then you've got loads of space down the right-hand side. They get their crossing, and Diaz getting across his defender. Romero getting it right this time, but so many gaps in that defence for Spurs, so many gaps.
Tottenham, one clean sheet in their last 15 matches. It'll be 16 including this one, having conceded the Salah goal. Liverpool with the corner on the right. So it is Alexander-Arnold who's taking this one over everyone. Bounces out to Salah on the edge of the penalty area, 5 yards out now. His ball in, that'll go all the way to Alexander-Arnold, who whips it in low, and it's cleared at the near post, put behind for another corner to Liverpool. It was cut out by Pedro Porro. Liverpool take this corner quickly, and it's played into the edge of the penalty area, blocked there by Bissouma, back in by Salah, left-footed. Elliott stretches, brings that down, and it's deflected to the edge of the penalty area, but the offside flag belatedly goes up against Elliott, and it's a free kick to Tottenham, with Liverpool leading through Mohamed Salah's goal.
Now, I know it's been said many times, but is that the most frustrating law we have, the late flag? Is it the most frustrating one we have right now, the late flag?
It can be, Dion, yes.
Just put the flag up, please.
Tottenham on the attack. Johnson on the left-hand side. Infield to Bissouma. But Liverpool are quickly back in position. The Crystal Palace defeat was the last match here at Anfield. So Liverpool, knowing that the record needs to be put straight after what was their first home Premier League defeat in 29 league matches. But winning here, thanks to that Mo Salah header, And I think the 90 minutes are up at Wembley in the playoff final. Henry Moran.
They are. We're heading to extra time. 4 years running that's happened in the National League final. Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 2. Twice Solihull coming from a goal behind. We've got an extra 30 minutes. Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 2.
Tottenham with the ball on the halfway line over on the far side. And Bissouma curling it across, right-footed into the path of Romero, who just gets the ball under control in that section of the pitch where we've got the sunshine and shadows cast by the roof of the main stand. We're high up in the main stand watching Robertson clearing it, left-footed, headed infield by Gakpo. Bissouma gets there ahead of Luis Diaz, who looks like a man who feels that things are not going his way today. That's the body language there, but he is willing, the Colombian, certainly. The energy that he has always strikes me. As the ball goes back to Van de Ven, with Salah not far away, he turns and passes it back to Vicario, who just gets a pass to Bentancur, who was being challenged by Alexander-Arnold and Elliott. Throwing to Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold with a quick ball across, and what a header that is by Romero back to his goalkeeper Vicario. He had to get that right, but he did.
That is absolutely outstanding defending from Romero there.
He had to anticipate where Vicario was going and make sure he headed it to him. Liverpool win it back. Gakpo gets it back from Alexander-Arnold. Challenge on him by Van de Ven. An uproarious call for a penalty from the Liverpool supporters, ignored by Paul Tierney. Tottenham break forward. Son's already into the penalty area on the left-hand side with the ball. He plays it back centrally. Bentancur is there. Square from him. Pedro Porro. But rather tame from Pedro Porro, with Spurs players in the penalty area. Robertson easily able to cut it out, and Diaz now carries it forward, gives it to Salah, and then a last gasp challenge by Emerson Royal to play it off Salah and behind for a goal kick.
I mean, there's some amazing bits of football there. It's a bit of a basketball match at the moment. The defending first and foremost from Van Dijk. When Son's one-on-one with him, he just nullifies that. Liverpool get it back and they go forward at pace. Like I said, Spurs do play some really good stuff, but when they lose the ball, their shape is completely gone. That's why Liverpool are flying forward with numbers, and their defence is all over the place, Spurs.
Gakpo had a case for a penalty there.
Yeah, he may have had his right foot clipped late after he played the ball. Need to see it again, but it's an interesting one.
Yeah, he did, Dion. I've just seen a replay. It just stepped on his foot.
Just got rid of the ball before I think he got kicked.
And Gakpo as well then caught Van de Ven with his trailing leg, so I think that might have counted against him. It's Brennan Johnson into the penalty area, but well defended by Alexander-Arnold. He tried to play it past him. Alexander-Arnold wasn't having any of that, and it rolled behind for what is a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Trent Alexander there just showing that he can defend. One-on-one there with Johnson. Johnson went in to go out, and Trent knew exactly what he was doing. Got his body in the right position. The ball's rolling and rolling. It's rolling out for a goal kick. Uses his strength. Johnson has no chance. Gets a high five from his defensive teammates.
Well, Jurgen Klopp, who is on the edge of the coaching area now, said in the programme today, the match programme, that he wants the team to finish the season, he said, in the best way we can. And he said, what I want is 84 points, which would be maximum points from the remaining games today. Then at Aston Villa on Monday night, so obviously that's of interest, great interest to Tottenham now after Villa's earlier defeat. I'm sure we'll hear from Unai Emery later, as Diaz is able to bring it forward, gives it to Salah. Salah into the box, tries to pass it into across the penalty area, but that was blocked by Emerson Royal. And then Emerson Royal dispossesses Elliott, but he's played a ball in field and he's given it back to Kwanzaa, who's joined the attack now. Elliott over on the right-hand side, and then across from Endo to Robertson. Gakpo towards the left wing. McAllister gives it back to Gakpo. Gakpo moves across the corner of the box and his pass finds Endo, and his pass square finds Alexander-Arnold, and now Salah, left-footed ball in, looking for Gakpo in the middle. Robertson with a shot that takes a double deflection. I think there's half a shout that it might have struck a defender's arm, but I think if it did, the arm was down by the side of the body. Then it hit Gakpo and bounced out of play via a deflection for a throw-in on the far side to Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool are just in control of what they're doing more than Spurs. It's quite erratic from Spurs in the middle of the pitch. Just looking at a replay here, no handball from the Robertson volley, so that couldn't play on, that's not a problem, but Liverpool just now taking control of this game.
He actually stooped his head, Romero, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So his hand was up next to his head.
Yeah.
But I think feeling was that it was deflected by the head rather than the hand. 1-0 Liverpool lead. And Liverpool on the attack again. The ball into the penalty area as it was cut back by McAllister. Tottenham scramble it away. Really struggling for a moment there. Gakpo again, just 22 yards out, right foot shot straight at Vicario, and he's able to gather it as it bounced up into his chest.
Yeah, Gakpo's looked really good and lively today, sort of coming in from the left-hand side, trying to play good passes, trying to get shots off as well.
Cody Gakpo, who scored in that match at the London Stadium earlier in the season, scored the Liverpool goal. Just become a father. Little Samuel came into the world. Tottenham with the ball in front of the penalty area, and it was Gakpo who set up the goal, the opening goal here for Salah to head in with 15 minutes on the clock. Now we've got 6 minutes or so to go to half-time. Liverpool 1, Tottenham 0. And at the break we'll have more on another handsome win for Chelsea, 5-0 against what sounded like not a great West Ham. So Palmer, Gallagher, Madueke and 2 goals for Jackson for Chelsea today, and Chelsea are up to 7th, Dion, in the Premier League table now.
Took them a while, didn't it, to find their feet? Took them a while. They have the players, they have the quality, John, they really do. It's just, can the manager coach them the way they need to be coached, and can they listen and provide the goods?
And Cole Palmer now 21 Premier League goals this season. There's Tottenham attack with Johnson, but that just comes to nothing. There's Liverpool were there in massed ranks. There's body contact on Johnson and the ball just ran through to Alisson. Yeah, 21 league goals for Palmer now this season, which is a terrific return, really. But he's still 4 behind Haaland now after yesterday's events. I think he might have his hands on that trophy again, Dion, Haaland.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's been question marks about his finishing. I just think they've just got to leave someone who's that good alone, because he will come good. He will have his purple patches when he gets 7 in 3 and 7 in 4. He might have a quiet game or so, and then we're on his back. I think we have to leave those players to do what they do. They'll never let you down.
Liverpool go back to Alisson. He passes it across to Van Dijk, and Kulusevski putting Van Dijk under pressure, and Robertson loses out to Pedro Porro. And Porro now looking for a ball across the penalty edge, deflected to Son. Son takes it down as the challenge came in from Endo, and behind him it was cleared away by Kwanzaa, and now Salah with half a chance on the halfway line, but Romero got a touch on that. Liverpool come again though, they're swarming forward here, the red shirts. Elliott to his left, to Gakpo, to the edge of the D. Little challenge came in from Sarr, then to Elliott, couldn't find the pass through the legs of Emerson Royal to Salah, and Tottenham were able to clear it away towards the halfway line, but Liverpool back in possession again with 5 minutes of the first half to go. It's been an entertaining first half, Dion.
It has, yeah, lively. Spurs came out of the blocks and looked good, but just a little bit erratic in possession.
Liverpool forward again with Salah, who just, in the way that he does, almost on the hop, flicks the pass back to Alexander-Arnold, then McAllister, then Salah, then a flick from Gakpo very nearly into the path of Salah, then Alexander-Arnold with a shot that's blocked inside the penalty area, then Diaz, spectacular, he went for the scissor kick, waist high, but sent it across the penalty area and 6 yards wide.
Just got his timing wrong there. Diaz on the far post, shot by Trent Alexander, it came straight back off the defender who blocked it. Found Diaz in the far post, excuse me.
Yeah, it would have been a real spectacular, Dion, if he'd been able to finish that.
It's a great effort, just caught it wrong, timing was wrong.
That would have looked great.
Amazing, yes, it would have looked.
It would have it would have flashed into the net if that had been on target. A little bit like Hugo Sanchez.
Yes, side on, horizontal.
Here's Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Here's one for Bentancur to chase, but I think Bentancur knew that he wasn't going to get there. He had that look about him. Alisson comes out, and then Diaz back to Elliott, still 10 yards inside his own half. They wanted the pass forward there, the home fans.
It's because he's on. Salah's on every single time. His position's been amazing. He's got his arm up saying, put it over the top of the fullback. I'm ready, like now.
Gets it from Kwanzaa. Salah carries the ball into the penalty area, then back out again and passes it to Elliott, and then out to the left-hand side it comes. Robertson and Gakpo together. Robertson on the latches onto the return pass, and it comes off Romero but back onto Robertson and behind, and it's a goal kick. Liverpool get a second goal here. It'll be very, very tough for Tottenham, and listen, I know what they did against Arsenal last weekend, and the topsy-turvy nature of some of their matches. Oh, that's careless. Given away in the box to Elliott by Romero. Bounces out to McAllister. Now Alexander-Arnold, left foot. High over the top of the crossbar into the Tottenham fans. They got away with that, Tottenham.
I mean, it's got to be difficult to be a Spurs fan watching this all season. Yes, it's great to be positive. Yes, it's great to try and play the beautiful game, but you cause yourself all kinds of problems playing 5 and 6 passes in your own 18-yard box. There's no pass long, there's no out ball. They've all coming towards the ball, and Liverpool are loving it. You keep it short, we'll squeeze you.
And they lead 1-0, but it could easily be more than that. And we've got just a little bit of a stoppage here. For what reason? I'm trying to work out.
Salah's boots.
Is he allowed? Are we allowed to stop play while Salah comes off and changes his boots? Is that allowed?
I've got another colour pair. You needed to wear the yellow ones for the first 25 minutes and the blue ones for the last.
Here's the Egyptian king. So play does get underway. Salah's still off the field and then is waved back on by Paul Tierney. That was very near the end of the season. That was yeah, it's just a lovely day with Salah. Yeah, of course you can. Tottenham with the attack. Son to Gakpo actually cuts that out, and then he's fouled by Sarr, and it's a free kick to Liverpool halfway inside their own half. So half-time approaching, and Liverpool wanted to take that, and I think it's hit a Tottenham player who was less than 10 yards away from the ball, and he does get a yellow card. Sarr.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's walking away from it, but he just couldn't help himself by sticking his leg out there to try and stop that ball getting to Salah.
So more to come from France at half-time. That's when we'll hear from Chris Jones, I hope, after Toulouse's victory against Harlequins. What sounded like a tremendous match. More as well, I would imagine, on the earlier football. Brighton's win against Aston Villa. Here's Gakpo taking it on from 30 yards out, then giving it back to Elliott on the right. Elliott's shot saved by a diving Vicario, parrying it away back out towards the far side. So another chance for Liverpool. Still the lead, just one goal. It could easily be more than that. That's a nice pass from McAllister. Applause from Anfield. Now Alexander-Arnold, Robertson across the box. Salah with a shot. Robertson's there on the follow-up. And the second Liverpool goal has now arrived. That's the lead they wanted. Jurgen Klopp punches the air down on the touchline. Andy Robertson from close range, and Liverpool lead Tottenham by 2-0.
Yeah, first the ball from McAllister in behind for Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side. Trent just leaves it into the far post, and Andy Robertson did what any good fullback should do: make sure the ball doesn't get outside the box, keeps it alive, plays it inside to Diaz. First time shot from Diaz, parried by the keeper straight into Robertson's path. Deserved the goal, deserved the 2-goal lead as well. Really good football.
Yes, it had been coming, most certainly, as we move into 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. It was quite a tame shot goalwards, actually, by Salah it was, from,
I think the
10
ball
yards out?
Comes in from Robertson at pace to Salah. He's just trying to keep it controlled. Good save from the keeper, but Robertson, an excellent finishing there.
Yeah, Robertson initially with the ball across the box, and into the path of Salah, who just tried to flick it in, didn't he?
Just trying to pass into the corner.
Yeah, but
didn't quite get the connection.
No, and Vicario parrying it out straight into the path of Robertson in the 6-yard box, who tucked away what is his 3rd goal of the season, and 2 in 2 matches for him after scoring in the 2-2 at West Ham last weekend. 2-2 last weekend, but 2-0 here. But again, just that reminder that in this match last season, Liverpool led 3-0 and ended up being brought back to 3-3 before eventually winning it in added time at the end. But I think it just feels different today, and this also means that Tottenham are staring at the possibility of 4 defeats in a row, which would be their worst run of form under Ange Postecoglou. But Liverpool deserve it.
Yeah, they do. They're just in control. They go into a 4-5-1 when they're outside, when they're out of possession. They look organised. When they're in possession, they're playing good football, getting into good areas, creating chances, hitting the target. Good end product as well from Liverpool. Spurs just trying to play the beautiful game, but nothing at the end of it. Very erratic.
Son with a run, then forward from Pedro Porro, and then cleared away by Elliott, who I think was caught by Sarr. Played forward by Liverpool. Salah might get there first. No, Vicario out of his penalty area. The Tottenham goalkeeper with his left foot just sliding in, was able to clear it. For a moment there I thought they might be about to arrive at the same point together and Vicario could be in trouble, but he just managed to get the pass and put it out, and we've got a little disagreement, I think, between Romero and Emerson Royal, and Vicario has raced out of his penalty area just to take Romero away from Emerson Royal, and it's all calmed down, but I think there were words exchanged there.
Diffused that well. Vicario there, the keeper, diffused it. 2 of his players not happy with each other. Too many mistakes back there.
And you can understand it, actually, because at times they have been at 6s and 7s.
Yeah, they have, and listen, Liverpool have played really well, but Spurs have just caused their own problems, trying to do things too fancy, too many flicks in and around their own final third. It hasn't worked for them.
So there we are after Aston Villa's loss earlier. Right now Tottenham are not taking advantage of the little lifeline that was given to them by Brighton in that win against Aston Villa earlier. And Salah and Robertson have scored the goals. Liverpool deservedly leading Tottenham by 2-0 at half-time here at Anfield.
Dion, I don't know what you think, but to me, Tottenham just look like they're playing with the tightness 30, even bigger, 3 points in it. Celtic 3 points ahead with a goal difference advantage. So Rangers really are going to need to win that one, and you'll be able to hear it in full on 5 Live Sport next Saturday. Let's hear from Steph Houghton next, shall we? The Manchester City captain, who, of course, is about to retire. Her City team missed the chance to go 9 points clear at the top of the WSL, conceded 2 very late goals to lose 2-1 at home to Arsenal. But what an amazing career Steph Houghton has had, both with England and Manchester City. She was on the bench and then got a guard of honour after the game, after a 10-year City career.
It's been an emotional day. I know that I drove into here. I was quite emotional, getting a lot of messages, and I don't think I'll probably sing in until the end of the season. But yeah, it's a bit of a bittersweet day. Obviously, it would have been nice to have won, but I'm really grateful for everything the club have done today and for my family as well. So yeah, a little bit all over the place, to be honest.
10 years is such a long time to spend at one club. Is there one particular moment you can pick out at all from the last decade?
You know what, I've been fortunate enough to have so many amazing memories here, but 2016 was pretty special. That first win at Wembley for the FA Cup was unreal. It was a dream come true to go and lift a trophy for the club there. So yeah, too many to probably pick, to be honest.
What's been the most emotional message that you've received today that's just caught you?
You know what, probably off my family, to be honest. I think you kind of come into this profession and you don't actually realise how much it really affects everybody. And yeah, I think to have everybody here today has been unbelievable as well. So really special moment, but hopefully I can be a big part of the club going forward regardless if I'm not playing.
What an absolute legend. Steph Houghton there, Manchester City, and over 100 appearances for England as well. So many of them as captain. Rangers have cut the gap to Celtic, as we've been telling you, to 3 points. Let's hear from their manager, Philippe Clement.
It's an important win. Kilmarnock only lost 2 games from beginning of December, from the 3rd of December. And that was 2 times against us. It's now 3 times in a row then. And my boys have been the only one who did that. So it's a strong team. It's a very physical team. They have a lot of strength. They are strong on the wings with quality. They are strong in the set pieces. So it's a difficult game. So it's important to take the 3 points. And for sure, if you can score 4 goals, it's a positive thing.
Fighting for the title. Tell me what this result does for you, just in terms of keeping that momentum going and reinforcing what you already know about your team.
Yeah, we need to keep on pushing. I stepped in the building 6 months ago when we were 7 points behind. It's now 3. And with a victory there, it can be 0. So exciting game for everybody next week, I think.
That's Philippe Clement. Elsewhere, Toulouse are through to the final of Rugby Union's Champions Cup. They beat Harlequins in an absolute thriller, 38-26. So they'll face Leinster at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday, the 25th of May. In the World Snooker Championship final, Kyron Wilson leads Jack Jones 7-1 after the opening session. 18 the target for victory. They get back underway at 7 o'clock tonight. You can watch it on BBC Two. And El Malka won the 1,000 guineas at Newmarket for jockey Sylvester de Souza and trainer Roger Varian. I can see Jurgen Klopp and Ange Postecoglou both in place. Second half commentary now at Anfield on Liverpool versus Tottenham with Dion Dublin and John Murray.
Yes, welcome back to Anfield in the sunshine. Liverpool about to kick off. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk and Robertson. Endo with Elliott and McAllister in midfield. And then Salah, Gakpo and Luis Diaz, the front line. Salah and Robertson, the goal scorers for Liverpool in the first half. And they deservedly lead by 2-0. Did wonder whether Tottenham might make a change or 2 at half-time. Maddison and Richarlison are among the substitutes. But Dion Dublin, Ange Postecoglou has sent the same team out again. Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Emerson Royal. Bentancur, Bissouma and Sarr. And then Kulusevski, Son and Johnson.
Yeah, I think he's saying the responsibility is with you, gents. You've not done what you needed to do in the first half. Go and show me what you've got. I'll give you 20 minutes, otherwise a few of you will be coming off.
So Liverpool on the attack, attacking towards the Kop in the second half here. Anfield's been in really good voice here, the first match since the defeat to Palace. And actually, though, Endo's been caught in possession, and it's brought forward by Bissouma. But excellent work from Alexander-Arnold stepping in. Kwanzaa it was actually stepping in to win the ball back from Son on the edge of the area, and Liverpool quickly downfield, and Salah for a chip at goal, and he got it all wrong, and he just tamely chipped it into the hands of Vicario, who made the easiest save of the match so far.
I'm not sure what Salah was. I think the referee did great actually with an advantage for Liverpool. It worked.
Kulusevski now, he was being pulled back. He did well to pass the ball infield to Son, who tried to return it to him, and then Van Dijk's able to move across and put the ball out of play. And clearly Tottenham have been rallied by their manager Ange Postecoglou at half-time, and he's saying, what about that pull back on Kulusevski on the right wing?
Yeah, and he's got a case as well, to be honest with you. I think he let one go for Liverpool and he let that one go for Spurs, but it wasn't really there to be let go.
Going to go back to the playoff final in a moment. In actual fact, we'll do that now as the ball is just shepherded behind by Andy Robertson. So they're into extra time, Bromley and Solihull Moors for a place in the Football League next season. Henry Moran.
5 minutes left of extra time. Bromley so close to a winner. Alex Kirk inside of the post and across goal. Both managers with their heads in their hands. Such fine margins. Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 2.
Yeah, so much at stake there for those two clubs to win a place, one of them in the Football League next season. So might be a penalty shootout. Stay tuned, everyone. Liverpool 2-0 up. Salah on the attack. Little ball through to Elliott. Back to Alexander-Arnold. His ball across. That rattles around inside the box. Bounces for Bentancur. He's not got it clear yet. He eventually does. That was silky smooth. Could have gone very wrong.
Silky smooth but lucky.
Yes. Bentancur continues his run, but Kwanzaa's able to get his body onto that and take it away from Son, and then pass it forward. And then McAllister. Applause ringing around Anfield on this warm afternoon. It's actually quite a pleasant breeze that's blowing in that way. We don't often say that up here. It's usually got an icy cold edge blowing right up your trouser legs, but it's actually quite pleasant today. 2-0 Liverpool lead, and judging by the way the second half has started, and Postecoglou's clearly said to them, you know, I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see, as Robbie Savage was saying at half-time on 5 Live, I want to see Ange ball. I'm sure he didn't put it in those terms.
Yeah, but I think they're actually trying to do, you know, they're actually trying to play the right way, but the person on the ball doesn't have many options, and that's the problem they have.
Give it a go, I think, will be the message. Pedro Porro, as they did in the early stages of the match, but in the end Liverpool were just too good, and actually Liverpool, this latest Tottenham attack, comes to nothing, and Endo's able to bring it forward, and then from inside his own half a pass to Salah, who just tries to lean forward and flick it forward with his heel, but Emerson Royal stopped him. However, Elliott's helped out Salah. Elliott's now got it left-footed ball in, headed goalwards and in. Gakpo in the middle. Cody Gakpo makes it 3-0. Lovely ball over from Elliott. Liverpool had players queuing up. Could have been Diaz. In fact, it was Gakpo. And Liverpool, in the first 5 minutes of the second half, open up a 3-0 lead on sorry Tottenham.
Yeah, brilliant. It's all about Elliott, this one. Salah doesn't quite get hold of the ball. And I just think the pressure from Elliott in behind is just what they needed. Emerson Royal turns into trouble. Elliott takes it off his toe. He doesn't waste any time. Chops back onto his left foot. He can see that Gakpo is pulling behind his defender, so he can see his defender's number, curls it in swinger, and Gakpo just gets enough on it, puts it in the far corner. That's the way Liverpool have played today. Any chance to hit the target, they have taken it. Really good goal. Deserve to be 3-up.
They do. Cody Gakpo, that ends his little barren run of not scoring in his last 6 appearances. He's now scored in both league matches against Tottenham this season, but unlike the London Stadium back at the end of September, this is going to be Liverpool's day. I think we can say that now. Cody Gakpo, who's got a birthday on Tuesday, he turns 25, and he's also just become a father, as we were mentioning in the first half, and I was waiting for it, Dion, and we weren't disappointed, were we? The baby celebration with his thumb in his mouth in front of the Kop, and that makes it 3-0 with Gakpo's 15th goal this season for Liverpool in all competitions, in what is his first full season at the club. Not a bad return.
No, I think Gakpo's looked really sharp today. From minute one, when Spurs came out the blocks, he was getting the ball, he was taking on his defender down the left-hand side, chopping inside, picking the right pass, trying to get a shot off as well, but very positive from Liverpool in defence and in attack, and then when they don't have it, they go into a lovely 4-4-1-1 or even a 4-3-3.
As Tottenham now having to do what they did actually manage to do last season, come from 3-0 down. But today, I'm not sure it'll happen today. And Ange Postecoglou stands with his hands on his hips, perhaps thinking about those changes. Endo, little ball through now. Liverpool looking for a fourth. Elliott, now to the right. Salah with a shot, but it's actually cut out by the stretching left foot of Emerson Royal, which deflected it behind for a corner.
Yes, it's just an outstretched leg from Emerson Royal, but I mean, Elliott receives this ball right in the centre of the D, and he just rolls it as slow as possible. Salah was offside anyway, but he rolled it so Salah could take it first time on his left foot. Gets blocked, he was offside anyway, but the understanding between the Liverpool players today is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, they've got their mojo back today, Liverpool, after their recent difficulties. Corner, Elliott, left-footed to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed up, but not away by Romero. Follows up to head it further away. There's a nudge there by McAllister on Kulusevski, but he stood up to it. And Tottenham were able to clear it to Robertson in the centre circle. Alisson finds Johnson closing him down. He's able to find the pass, long and forward from Robertson. Headed away by Emerson Royal. D'Souma now halfway inside his own half. Lines are open on 5 Live for 606, Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. Your chance to talk to them about the weekend's football on a Sunday night on 606 08 085 909 693 to book your call. Liverpool coming forward. Alexander Arnold on the rampage receives the ball from Diaz, tried to cut inside Van de Ven, who just did enough. Tottenham get it away.
Yeah, he wanted that. I mean, I don't know where he came from, Trent Alexander, but he ran about 40 yards. It was put in and he was in on his left foot, trying to chop inside on his right to make it more comfortable, but the shot was on, he should have took it.
Tottenham on the attack with Emerson Royal to Son, who's out on the left wing, then back to Sarr. Crossfield pass from him, high out towards the right-hand side. Pedro Porro's ball in, diving header is saved by Alisson. On target, great effort from Johnson in the middle, threw himself at it, 10 yards out, but it was close enough for Alisson to go down to his left and catch it.
Just kept simple. The ball's on the right-hand side, it's a really good crossing. Johnson's in the box, you know, give yourself a chance to score a goal. It's a right footer on the right side with an outswinger. That's all you have to do.
5 Live on the World Service from the BBC. Liverpool with the ball inside their own penalty area, and it bounces back to Alisson. So is it going to be penalties at Wembley? Henry Moran.
Solihull Moors have twice come from behind this afternoon. 2 take us to penalty kicks. A chance for one of these sides to reach the Football League for the first time. Bromley against Solihull Moors going to spot kicks.
So penalties to come. Stay with us for that to find out whether it's Bromley or Solihull Moors who will be promoted today to the Football League for next season. Liverpool winning 3-0 here. Jurgen Klopp has got what he asked for today from his players. Tottenham, again, disappointing. Salah, Robertson and Gakpo the goal scorers for really a rampant Liverpool. This is back to the Liverpool of mid-season, the Liverpool that was top of the table at the start of last month. Here's Son with a run into the Liverpool box, though. Does well, beats 2 men, and then excellent final line of defence from Kwanzaa. Stand up tall, just whipped the ball away from Son as he tried to find a way past it.
Yeah, just stood on his feet and he just watched the ball rather than Son's movement, and he just got an outstretched leg there as Son was coming on the inside. Really good defending, stay on your feet, keep your kick clean, and you know exactly what you're doing, and you're in control of your movements. Great defending from Kwanzaa.
It's Dion Dublin with us here on 5 Live in the World Service. Dion will be with us for the Cup final as well, I believe, Dion, the FA Cup final.
I will be there, sir, yes.
The Manchester Cup final in a few weeks' time. So 5 Live, the place to listen to that. You'll be with us at the Euros as well.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to bringing you every twist of the European Championship in Germany this summer, as well as all of the best of the live sport during the course of the summer leading up to the Olympics, and our coverage from France at towards the end of the summer. So stay with us all the way through, and of course the last couple of weeks of this Premier League season. We do not know where we'll be yet on the final day. 2 weeks today, right now, 2 weeks today. Might well be at Manchester City, but we'll see what happens over the course of the next week or so. Alisson's attempted clearance is charged down by Johnson, but the ball bounces back into the penalty area, and Kwanzaa's able to clear it up towards Salah, who has turned Emerson Royal and is then tugged back, and it's a yellow card for the Tottenham defender and a free kick to Liverpool near the halfway line.
Yeah, Salah does it so well. The ball's cleared out. Salah's only 5 yards away from the technical areas in front of both managers, and he uses his strength. He might only be short, but his centre of gravity, his strength, his core strength, and Emerson Royal just has to drag him back and throw him to the floor in order to get the ball, and gets himself a yellow card in the process.
Yeah, free kick to Liverpool then, almost on the halfway line, just inside their own half. And Spurs now are going to make those changes. I don't know how many. We could have a few here. So Maddison looks as though he is coming on. Oliver Skipp is definitely coming on. I can see his number 4. He's already ready for action. Richarlison's going to come on as well. As ball's played over the top for Diaz to chase this. Van de Ven is with him. He's near the left corner of the box, but the offside flag is up. Another late one, Dion. Right, penalty shootout's about to begin with you, Henry, at Wembley.
And the first penalty has just been saved. Swindon Town Loney, Tyree Shade of Solihull Moors went to the goalkeeper's left. Good save from Grant Smith. It is advantage Bromley.
Tottenham have gone for goal from the halfway line. Alisson was never fazed by that. Just trotted to his left and caught the ball. It's come to that for Spurs. Lovely pass from Alexander-Arnold over the halfway line. 40 yards for Elliott. Spurs did have men there surrounding Elliott, who will pass back towards the halfway line. So yes, the line's open on 606 08 085 909 693. If you're a Bromley or a Solihull Moors fan and you're following that match with us, I'm sure Chris and Robbie would love to hear from you about what it means today. And of course, West Ham fans, Aston Villa fans who might be going to Greece this coming week, Brighton supporters after their 1-0 win, and of course Chelsea fans as well, after their handsome victory that takes them to within sight of the European places. Mauricio Pochettino. So the Tottenham triple change will be coming shortly, but Liverpool on the attack. Robertson, high ball into the penalty area. It's headed away, but only to Salah. And then Salah tries to tee up Elliott. Elliott skips past Bentancur and hits a left foot shot into the top corner. Well, that tops the lot today. Magnificent finish from Harvey Elliott, and Liverpool absolutely romping it against Tottenham. It's 4-0 now.
That's an incredible goal. Absolutely outstanding, completely made by Elliott. Salah receives the ball on the right wing. He knows that Elliott's inside him. He just rolls it, sort of returns the favour from 5 minutes ago when Elliott sets Salah up. Salah sets Elliott up, takes an extra touch, opens up the goal on his left foot, gets into the middle of the D, and he curls it in the top corner with precision. He's been excellent today. He's got better as a footballer since his injury. He's come back stronger, and he's scored an absolute worldie.
Absolutely wrapped his left foot around it.
Beautiful.
Love the skip past Bentancur. It was right in the top corner.
Beautiful.
So the triple change, and they look a sorry lot who are leaving the pitch now. Bentancur and Emerson Royal, Kulusevski as well. More on this in a moment, but back to Wembley and you, Henry.
3 of the 4 penalties have been saved so far after 2 penalties apiece. It is Bromley 1, Solihull Moors 0 in the shootout.
So Bromley with the narrow advantage. So Kulusevski, Bentancur and Emerson Royal off, and James Maddison, Richarlison and Oliver Skipp are on. But the horse has bolted, Dion, the Tottenham horse.
Yeah, it has. And, watching Spurs today, they just...
Here's Richarlison, the former Everton man, being given a warm welcome and very nearly finding the pass. It's cut out, it's given back to the edge of the area. Maddison, who's just come on, challenged by Endo. That's a free kick. Free kick on the edge of the D.
Yeah, dancing feet from Maddison, just getting Endo's left foot getting caught goes over it, gets Spurs a free kick. I was going to say that Spurs, they just take a little bit too long on the ball in the middle of the pitch, take too many touches, and by the time they try and play the pass that was on a second ago, it's already gone. This could be dangerous though. Maddison's with the ball under his left arm. Nobody's around him.
James Maddison, he really needs a good finish to the season. Left out of the team on Thursday night against Chelsea. He's not contributed a goal or an assist in his last 7 matches. His dip is actually symptomatic of what's happened to Tottenham, and his place in the Euros squad, I would say, is in question. So a free kick now, just outside the D. Maddison strikes it into the wall. The Liverpool wall doing its job. Tottenham still in possession though, the ball into the penalty area. Sarr then across to Maddison on his left foot, slips as he shoots, and as a result it's straight at Alisson, who's able to gobble it up metaphorically. And then Elliott is fouled by Bissouma in centre field, is sent sprawling, and then he throws the ball down, and Paul Tierney motions as if to say, I've got no choice here. You've committed the foul, you've thrown the ball away.
Well, he hasn't, because he puts the ball in his left hand, he punches it down to the ground with his right hand, and he's doing it towards the referee. The referee's got no decision to make apart from a yellow card.
4-0 Liverpool lead. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC, live from Anfield. Very much Liverpool's day here in this warm spring sunshine, and Tottenham heading to a 4th consecutive defeat and looking like the end of the season can't come quickly enough. However, yet Liverpool could yet do them a favour. They play Aston Villa next at Villa Park, which is next Monday night. However, Tottenham will probably have to win their 3 remaining games against Burnley at home, then against Manchester City, intriguingly, and then the final match against already relegated Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Liverpool are going to make a couple of changes, and Stefan Bajcetic is going to see some more action, having just come back from injury. Joe Gomez as well, and Endo and Robertson are the 2 players who are going to be substituted. So Endo applauded off by the Kop. While they make these changes, what's happening now in the penalty shootout? Henry Moran.
John Benton of Solihull Moors has to score. He hits the post and in. Just in to keep them alive in the shootout. Bromley now have the opportunity. It will be the vastly experienced figure, the captain, Byron Webster, to step forward to try and send Bromley to the Football League for the first time.
Substitution still being made. Is it about to happen, Henry?
Well, he's putting the ball on the spot, and those supporters, 15,000 or so of them from Bromley, at the other end of the ground. They're waiting, standing, anticipating an historic moment for their side. Solihull Moors supporters doing all they can to try and put off the tall, imposing centre-half, who steps forward now and scores! Pandemonium to my left. Bromley are in the Football League. An extraordinary moment as they book their place in the EFL for the very first time.
What a day for Bromley, what a day. Talk about club history. A great moment, and by the narrowest of margins in what sounded like such a dramatic penalty shootout.
Yeah, and it's, you know, all that hard work that they put in year after year, and the fans have stayed with their team. Here's
Son for Tottenham into the penalty area, trying to find a way through, but Liverpool will be desperate for this clean sheet. And then a shot from Maddison on the edge of the area, but he was off balance and with his left foot high over the bar into the Liverpool fans in the Anfield Road end.
Watching Spurs and the way they play today on the training ground years and years ago, and I'm pretty sure they still do it now, we used to do something called keep ball, where there's no goals on the pitch and you just keep the ball away from your opponent and you keep it and you keep it. It's all about finding a space and finding a teammate and not leaving your teammate without a pass. That's kind of how Spurs have played the game. They've passed, but no end product. Not know whether to go forward or go backwards. It's just a little bit frustrating to watch, whereas Liverpool are doing it and getting end product every single time.
Yeah, they've upped their game today, Liverpool, after the run that they were on. It's been so deflating for them. And the previous home match, as I say, the defeat against Crystal Palace, their first defeat in 29 home Premier League matches. Well, they've tried to put the record straight. I mean, it is almost certainly too late in terms of challenging for the title. You know, that ship has sailed down the Mersey. But here's Richarlison now on the left-hand side, but his pass straight at Alexander-Arnold, who's able to play it over the halfway line. Really good to see Bajcetic back in action as well, the young Spaniard who had injury problems last season and has barely played this is his third appearance of the season. I thought he was going to be out for the whole of the season, but here he is for the last knockings and in midfield as Tottenham play it forward towards Richarlison, who surely was offside, crosses it over to Son. Son's in the middle, and then Alisson makes the save anyway, and then Dion, I'm afraid to say, the offside flag finally is raised.
It might as well be Monday. That's how late that flag was. It's absolutely shocking. It's the one that really frustrates me most, because you know what it is. I know people have spoken about this, but the late flag is going to be too late at one stage, and somebody's going to get hurt, and we don't want to see that. So, you know, collisions and passes, and you know, it should be stopped when they know it's an offside. Get it stopped and get the game stopped.
Play back underway, and Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold, a high one, just lofts it forward for Elliott and Luis Diaz to chase. It's taken down by Van de Ven, clears to the halfway line, but I think the ball was already out for a throw-in to Liverpool near the halfway line. Went straight out from Van de Ven. So 4-0. Tottenham supporters, you can hear them. Well, credit to them, having watched their team being taken apart by Liverpool here, really, and offering very little. Their fans in great voice. Salah now, as Liverpool look for a fifth goal. Salah's pass intercepted on the edge of the area. Son to Richarlison. Now Richarlison back to Son, who's racing forward up the left. Goes for an early ball across, but Van Dijk is in the right position for that to side-foot it out for a throw-in near the halfway line. Richarlison again. Richarlison loved to wind up the Liverpool supporters when he was at Everton. Johnson with a run to the edge of the penalty area, and he was clipped, and Paul Tierney says Liverpool are saying that the challenge there took the ball, McAllister, but Paul Tierney says no, that's a free kick.
Yeah, I think McAllister may have got the ball there just a little bit stronger, getting his body in. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just looking at the replay on our little monitor here, but the referee wasn't happy with it.
Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton are poised in their studios, wherever they are, to take your calls on 606 08 085 909 693. Suspect there'll be some disappointed Tottenham fans on the way home. Maddison with this free kick, all the way over, everyone inside the penalty area. Son actually collected in the full-back position, back to Sarr, whose high ball across the box is, he gets it all wrong, Johnson. On the far side of the penalty area, trying to volley it across. He just misjudged it and scuffed it straight out for a goal kick.
I think when you play the way Spurs do and you use all that energy trying to play quick and squeeze and then when you get into a part of a game like this, when you're chasing it, the energy levels go, the concentration levels go, and you just can't seem to find the pass you want to find, or the player you're trying to find is just too tired to get on the ball, and that's how they look all over the place at the moment, Spurs.
Liverpool bringing it out from the back. You can read all about today's action on the football pages of the BBC Sport website. Phil McNulty is here, he'll be writing on this match. The highlights on Match of the Day 2 tonight on BBC One, anytime on the iPlayer. And then the dramatic events in the WSL so far today, with Manchester City losing at home to Arsenal. The women's football show is on BBC One after Match of the Day, and as ever, all the Monday morning analysis on the podcast, the 5 Live Football Daily podcast. Subscribe for free from BBC Sounds, where you'll be able to access all of BBC Radio. Liverpool 4, Tottenham 0. 2 goals in each half. Tottenham win it back, Maddison then releases Son down the left, and Son goes past Kwanzaa, takes it to the byline, gets the crossover. I thought the ball might have gone behind, but no, it didn't. However, there was only Richarlison in the middle, and Joe Gomez was able to recover it for Liverpool. Joe Gomez, who's at left back since coming on for Robertson in that position. Liverpool downfield, Harvey Elliott, lovely control on his left foot. He's trying to do the same thing again as he did when he scored, and he's in that position and he shoots goalwards, but it's straight at Vicario this time. into the body of the goalkeeper who makes the save.
Not quite as potent as his goal there from Elliott, but took it down well, tried to curl it in that corner again. Didn't quite get that bend and curl and power on it this time.
But all really for Liverpool has gone to plan today on the occasion of Jurgen Klopp's penultimate home match as the Liverpool manager.
It's like watching Liverpool today. Like the old Liverpool that we know can win trophies and quadruples and trebles. They look outstanding. Yes, Spurs have fell away. Their bubble seems to have burst, but Liverpool have been excellent in all departments.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened over the course of the last month. I think the Manchester United defeats took a lot out of Liverpool. And obviously, being at Goodison Park for the midweek derby, Tottenham come forward, the ball across for Richarlison with a chance to score, and he does. Oh, he'll love that. He will absolutely love that, Richarlison, as he runs across in front of the Tottenham supporters, just collects a ball off the cone there. There are no wild celebrations, but after the boos and the reception that he's received, the former Everton man finished that with some relish to make it 4-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, he did, and you know what it is? It's Gomez. I think Gomez switches off in that left-back position. The ball gets played inside him by Basuma, and Richarlison, and I think it's Johnson that crosses it. Richarlison gets across his defender and just an easy side foot from 6 yards into the back of the net. But that's the first time Liverpool have switched off in defence, or at all.
And a first goal for Richarlison in his last 8 appearances. So Liverpool 4, Tottenham 1, and there's no Liverpool clean sheet today either, so that'll be 1 in their last 14 in all matches. Son now, Tottenham trying to do something like they did against Arsenal last Sunday afternoon when they came back from 3-0 down to 3-2, but it was 4-0 today. Diaz is then upended in the centre circle by Sarr, and a free kick to Liverpool, and you can tell Liverpool are really niggled by that, by conceding that goal.
Yeah, they are, and you could tell they're really niggled as well, because the ball goes back to Alisson, and he's got passes on for both fullbacks, but he just kicks it up the field in pure frustration that they've conceded a goal. Elliott's coming off. What a game he's had, by the way. Outstanding young man, brilliant goal, great performance. Or has he just come over for a drink?
It's going to be Luis Diaz and McAllister who are coming off, actually. Yeah, so I think he's just coming over for a little bit of refreshment, maybe a couple of instructions from Jurgen Klopp. So McAllister and Luis Diaz are the two to make way. And so Gravenberch into the midfield, and Darwin Núñez, who's another one who could do with a goal, not scored in his last 7 appearances, and he's missed a few, of course, in that time as well. So Darwin Núñez.
I think Spurs are making, there's that Sarr that's coming off as well.
Yes, it is. And Giovanni Lo Celso coming on to replace Pap Sarr in the midfield. So we have around about 15 minutes to play. 15 minutes and a little bit longer before 6:06 on 5 Live with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. So 08 085 909 693. Tottenham supporters, what's happened? West Ham supporters will, I'm sure, be willing to speak tonight, desperate to talk. Rangers fans after their 4-1 win against Kilmarnock, so Celtic, as they were with a 3-point lead at the top. And that's one of our big commentaries over the course of the next week or so, by the way. 5 Live, the place to listen to Celtic Rangers next Saturday at 12:30. Don't miss that. We also will be in the Bernabeu on Wednesday night for the second leg of Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane, after Real Madrid were confirmed as the champions. Carlo Ancelotti and Jude Bellingham last night. So Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, 5 Live for that on Wednesday night, and then live from Greece on Thursday for the second leg of Olympiacos against Aston Villa, to see if your old club can turn that around. Tall order.
Yeah, it is a tall order, but you know, it's not over till it's over, John. It's not over till it's over. They've got every chance.
Yes, I was in the press conference after the match, and Jose Luis Mendilibar, who was speaking in Spanish, which was then translated into Greek, which was then being translated into English. His final sentence in his brief press conference was, we're not frightened of Aston Villa. So we'll see. I thought they played well though the other night, Olympiacos.
Yes, absolutely they did. Very positive, really good football, good finishing as well.
Yeah, Liverpool's former Olympiacos man Kostas Tsimikas is not involved today. Here's Maddison in the middle, playing the ball out towards the left-hand side. Tottenham looking for a second goal. Skip playing it into Richarlison, then back to Son. Son scores with his right foot from 12 yards. They've got 2 goals back now. 4-2 the score. But Tottenham, just like last Sunday, maybe leaving it too late, but they're staging a comeback.
Yeah, they are. They are staging a comeback, and that's because they're playing the ball forward. They're not moving the ball slowly in the middle of the park. Maddison's getting the ball wide into areas where Son is as well, and Johnson. And Richarlison isn't moving from that centre-forward position. They're checking offside. I think he's okay. It's a good finish from Son, laid on by Richarlison. So we'll get an assist for that, but Liverpool won't be happy at all. They have to regroup, Liverpool, if they want to keep hold of this 2-goal lead. Spurs are coming on strong now.
2 goals in 4 minutes. They're looking at an offside. I think Van Dijk plays him on, but
I do as well.
It's quite
yeah,
tight.
It is
quite tight.
I think this will stand.
Remember last season, Liverpool led 3-0 and Tottenham brought it back to 3-3 before Liverpool won 4-3. And here we have Liverpool 4-0 up. They've now brought it back to 4-2. As long as this goal is given the thumbs up by John Brooks in the VAR room, and there is no offside. The goal is given. So there we are, confirmation. Liverpool 4, Tottenham 2. Now they can't, can they, Dion? Still got.
Yeah, there's still time.
We've still got 12 minutes.
I mean, Spurs haven't done anything special at all to get back to where they are, but what they have done is they've got into Liverpool's final third and they've just put the ball into dangerous areas. They haven't tried to play or overplay. They've just kept it simple.
And now there's a little bit of nervousness about Anfield as Liverpool lose it on the halfway line. Van Dijk, then Bissouma's in on that. Ball on the halfway line, in comes the challenge there, and that's given us a free kick. Cody Gakpo, tackling back, has caught Johnson. Actually, no, Johnson is just helping up.
Is that Lo Celso?
Lo Celso, yeah. Lo Celso, who was fouled. And it is a free kick on the halfway line, and suddenly Tottenham have new life that's been breathed into them by the substitutes that Postecoglou has made. Oh, excellent from Son, beats 2 men into the penalty area. Challenge from Kwanzaa, who got a bit of the ball on that, and it bounced away from Son through to Alisson.
Edgy at the moment now from Liverpool. They're not looking as comfortable in defence. Their defenders are not looking in the shape they were when they're out of possession. And Sonny's just taking players on, and Richarlison's taking players on.
And Liverpool, who looked like they'd rediscovered themselves, have suddenly reverted to the Liverpool of the last few weeks. And now Darwin Núñez is all over Van de Ven. Elliott, no free kick though. Salah now on the edge of the box. Square from Salah, who's gone very quiet in the game. Gakpo chips it in. Elliott now. Elliott drives it across all the way. Gakpo with a shot, bounces across Salah. Oh, how's he missed that? Salah in the middle of the goal, 3 yards out. There were men on the line, but he just dangled a leg and stabbed it wide of the goal.
I actually can't believe what I've seen there. That's Mo Salah from 3 yards out with an empty net, and it just seemed to bobble underneath his foot. I think he was waiting for contact, and he just left. He didn't. He's 3 yards away from the goal, and he doesn't connect with it at all. He's waiting for the Spurs players to clear it.
Oh, Lo Celso almost produced a marvellous pass up the right for Pedro Porro. That needed Joe Gomez to get there. He just did. And then Van Dijk leans into Richarlison. And Tottenham come back again. Johnson just on his heels on the edge of the area as the ball was passed forward. So Alisson has got it. This is remarkable. We're now witnessing this match, Dion.
Yeah, it's incredible that Spurs have, I don't know, but in the last 5 minutes, Spurs seems to have, there's a lot more Spurs players now pointing and shouting to each other, communicating, telling each other what to do. There's a spark there. They know they have a little sneak door ajar here to get something from this game.
Yes, another door's ajar as Liverpool play it through for Salah, who bursts away. We're waiting to see if he's offside. The challenge comes in from Skip, and the offside flag then goes up against Salah, as you knew it would, Dion. You're with your striker's instinct. You're waving your imaginary flag.
Yes, he was just a little bit overzealous there. I think actually the ball into Salah was too late. One extra touch means that Salah takes one extra step, which means he's offside rather than onside.
So 4-2. Salah, Robertson, Gakpo and Elliott were the Liverpool goals, but then Richarlison and Son Heung-min, who's now remarkably scored in his last 5 league appearances against Liverpool. And Alexander-Arnold going for goal from way out, and it drifts over the top of the crossbar. I think Vicario's heart rate increased there as he was running back towards his goal, but it did drop over the bar.
Yes, I think there was a think bubble there above Vicario's head saying, please don't drop into the back of the net. That wasn't far away, John.
It was from the halfway line near the dugouts. Jurgen Klopp is about to send Dominic Szoboszlai on into the action with 7 minutes to play. Still plenty of time for more drama. Well, it's turned out to be richly entertaining. There's you, me, everyone in Anfield thought it was over at 4-0.
Yeah, excellent. Absolutely excellent. Now the boos from Richarlison trying to push Elliott off the pitch at pace. Elliott's taking his time. Elliott's been outstanding. He deserves a round of applause from his fans, and he gets a massive hug from his manager. Richarlison gets the boos, which you would expect.
He is naughty, that Richarlison, isn't he?
He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's a cheeky little
chap.
He really is. trying to wind up the Liverpool crowd. Bissouma. You just feel that Richarlison would channel this in the right way more often, if you know what I mean.
Because when he's on it, he's very effective. He's a very good finisher. But he does get... Oh, what a touch.
Lovely touch. But eventually it just rolls out of play. And it's a throw-in to Tottenham off Szoboszlai. Skip passing it forward to Bissouma. Kind of don't want this to finish now.
It's
intrigued to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's a great game to watch because it's so open now. There's so much space.
Lovely afternoon. Plenty, great atmosphere. Ball across. Richarlison, excellent control on the edge of the penalty area, but just showed enough of it to Kwanzaa, who was able to swing a foot and knock it out of play for a Tottenham throw on the left-hand side, which Son is into the action. Son, who's now scored in his last 4 Premier League appearances at Anfield. And now Maddison in the box on the
It's been brilliant, it really has. Spurs have had a little 15-minute spell where they've been brilliant as well, being very positive, playing some good stuff.
As Son, lovely pass forward for Richarlison, who shoots goalwards. Alisson with the save, and then a crucial touch from Gomez as Johnson was arriving in at the back post. Otherwise, Johnson could have made it 4-3. And I think Johnson might have got a boot in the face, actually. Gomez clearing it, but might have caught him as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Johnson was that committed that he may have ran into the post. He may have got a kick in the face from Gomez, but again, Spurs is a lovely ball. He's onside, by the way, with Richarlison from the replay. Gets him behind. Great save. And yeah, I think he collides with the far post, but he'll be okay.
Yeah, he does.
He's up on his feet.
So good save from Alisson. They needed that, Liverpool. Yeah. Otherwise, this could have been...
Could have been quite easily.
The alarm bells would have been ringing loudly.
Absolutely. It's a great save, actually, because Richarlison takes it really well on his left foot. Shoots across the keeper, and it's goal bound, but it's a lovely save. High boot. Yeah. I think there'll be a high boot.
So that VAR are having a look at this.
And John, I've got to say,
possible penalty. This is for Gomez. And this is actually another one of these incidents that we've had recently where Gomez has gone for the ball. And I think it's been dismissed. Well, it still says possible penalty up on the board, but Paul Cheney said play continue, so it's dismissed.
Okay.
So
seen them given though, got to say.
Hearts were in Liverpool mouths there. 4-2 remains to score. Salah now quickly down the right, his ball into the penalty area, cleared by Van de Ven. 2 minutes to play, plus added time. 6:06 to follow. 08885 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 5 Live, and actually more live sport after that, because we will have commentary on the Miami Grand Prix from 8:30 here on 5 Live tonight. Here's Salah to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's ball across, comes off Van de Ven and loops up over the hoardings into the first couple of rows of the Kop. And Liverpool will just try to get this under control again, because Tottenham found a bit of chaos, didn't they? The 2 goals in 4 minutes, and then Liverpool really living on their nerves, and suddenly everything changed in the match. But fortunately for Liverpool, they had that 4th goal from Harvey Elliott, which meant that they've kept that cushion. But you wouldn't bet against late goals again. There was the late winner in the match earlier in the season. Alexander-Arnold with the corner, Van Dijk with the header, but under pressure it bounces wide and behind. And there were the late goals in the 4-3 here last season as well. So don't go anywhere just yet. Lo Celso, as Spurs take a short goal kick. Then Bissouma is found by Pedro Porro. Long pass forward from Bissouma. Now Son running at Alexander-Arnold into the penalty area. Maddison's ball across, and it's cleared away by Gomez inside the 6-yard box. If someone had been there in a white Tottenham shirt. Bissouma, Spurs come forward again. They're creating problems every time they do that. Stab forward, but all the way through off Pedro Porro for a goal kick.
Yeah, a little 15, 20, even 25-minute spell now from Spurs, where they've just looked in control of the game going forward. Liverpool looking a little bit off it at the moment, not quite joining up the passes.
As Oliver Skip,
that's got to be a free kick.
Surely had a handful of Mo Salah's shirt. We could see that from up here. We had a great angle, but it's not given as a foul on Salah by Skip, who's playing at left back, incidentally. I'm not sure if he said that. Long ball foot to Richarlison, and then Alexander-Arnold, just at the moment he was going to shoot for goal from 12 yards. He got a foot in, Alexander-Arnold, to put it behind for a corner.
Does well there, Trent Alexander.
Kicks the post in frustration. Richarlison, corner is taken short. Comes out, Maddison, square from Maddison. Then Son is found inside the box. Son, it's very tight in there, shoots into the body of Gravenberch, who is back inside his own penalty area. And then it's out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool, halfway inside their own half. 7 minutes of added time, Dion.
There's a few more chances in this game yet, without a doubt. There's probably one yellow card for Trent Alexander
for delaying the restart.
He's taking his time, he's got to be careful.
Walking very slowly across to take this throw in, and he's just been yellow carded, and Tottenham are on to referee Tierney. Still he waits, he's eventually got the ball. Be very careless to get a second yellow card now. So 7 minutes of added time. There were gasps inside Anfield when that number went up on the board. Throwing down the line, Salah plays it off Skip, and that deflection takes it all the way through for a Liverpool corner.
Yeah, I think the most disappointing thing for Liverpool today is just conceding the goals in the way they have, switching off in their organisation.
It's proved to be yet another goal-packed, entertaining match in the Premier League this season. We've had a few, haven't we? Szoboszlai to take this from the right, in front of the Kop. Shadows across almost all of the pitch now. Szoboszlai curling it in. Van Dijk with the header. That was blocked inside the penalty area, and then bounces out to Johnson, who hits the ball forward in the hope that Richarlison will be there, but Bajcetic was there for Liverpool instead, and his forward pass to Gakpo. But the whistle has gone, actually. I think there was an offside flag, there was, so it's a free kick to Spurs. Already had 2 of the 7 minutes of added time. Gary Flintoff, our colleague, just sets off downstairs to interview Jurgen Klopp, and Ange Postecoglou. You'll hear those interviews during 6:06 with a bit of luck, or indeed on the Football Daily podcast in the morning from BBC Sounds. Here's Son now on the left-hand side. Son moves in field. It's getting late now for Tottenham if they're going to rally from 4-0 down. Ball's put out of play. Richarlison is racing after it, takes the throw in himself. The ball's been returned, so we've got 2 on the pitch at the moment, 2 balls on the pitch. Then Skip is fouled. Referee says play on. Still 2 balls on the pitch. Son with his footwork, excellent challenge from Bajcetic though, and then forward for Liverpool to Salah, and Salah passes it on to Nunez. It's 2 against 1. Romero, and Nunez couldn't find the pass across the box. It hit Van de Ven, might have struck him on the arm, you know, because he looked like a guilty party. Nunez had Gakpo on the far side of the penalty area and couldn't find the pass.
Took too long. That's the one where you got to know what you got to do before the ball gets to you, and he's making his decision too late.
Now Skip across to Maddison, who holds his head because he couldn't find the pass square. Then a ball over the top for Nunez, who was offside. Play continues, no flag yet. Across to Salah, who puts it in the net, but then the offside flag is up, and that goal is ruled out as well. Despite the roar of Anfield and the relief, it's cut off in its prime. But VAR will obviously have a look at that, but it looked very clearly offside to me, I have to confess. That's how it's looking, although, yeah, it is. Yeah. It's very quickly.
Nunez 2 yards offside.
Yeah, very quickly agreed by VAR. So play continues. We are in the 5th minute of added time, so it'll be 7 minutes and more. Still time to score 2 goals by the standards of this season.
Absolutely, and that's the chance that Liverpool have had. That's their chance now. I think Spurs will have a chance as well, at least one more.
Might be 4-3 just like last season. So Tottenham, at least for their supporters, who when they were 4-0 down were singing their songs, they've been rewarded with a little bit of something, but it does look like it's going to be 4 defeats in a row for the first time for Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham, unless they can, well, they've won a corner. It's deflected out of play by Szoboszlai. Here's your Tottenham chance coming, Dion.
Yeah, maybe, but they've got to do it now, because this could be the only chance they get. It's got to be good quality from Maddison in swinger.
Yeah, so Tottenham with the corner. Maddison, it's a deep one. Alisson comes for it, gets a punch to it out to the far side. Pedro Porro catches up with it. No, he's just beaten to it actually by Darwin Nunez, who very nearly gave it away and then drew the foul from Pedro Porro, which is a little bit naive from the Tottenham right back. And we've still got over a minute of added time to play, but I think now we're reaching the realms of not enough time to score 2.
Yeah, maybe, but frustration from the Liverpool fans will be, how have we conceded 2 goals here? How have we made it so edgy towards the last 10-15 minutes of this game when we were in total control? And as I say that, they feel comfortable again, and they're now singing their famous song.
Yeah, I think that does give it away, that Anfield believes that that there's not enough time for Tottenham to score 2, maybe 1. They win a free kick inside their own half, long and forward towards Son, who takes it on again. Brilliant record to score in 4 consecutive league matches at Anfield. What a record for Son. Richarlison looked as though he was fouled. No free kick. Then Salah says, go on, have a run for this. Gakpo with a touch. Nunez. Vicario comes out and makes a save right on the edge of the penalty area. That must have been very close to a handball outside the box, unless he blocked it with his body.
I think he did exactly that, John. I think he blocked it with his body. He came out quickly. Great position by the keeper. And that's where Darwin Nunez has to really know what he's going to do and how he's going to do it.
That's it, 7 minutes. Barely any longer than that. And Paul Tierney says that's enough. And 4-2 is the final score. And Jurgen Klopp comes across and puts an arm around Ange Postecoglou, who's just seen his Tottenham team lose 4 matches in a row for the first time under his management. But at least they offer something here to their travelling supporters from a point where they were being trounced really at 4-0 down, with Salah, Robertson, Gakpo and Elliott having scored the goals. But Richarlison and Son, rather like last Sunday, put a different slant on it, even though that is in defeat.
Yeah, they didn't. It just looked a little bit, for 15-20 minutes they looked great, Spurs. They were just doing what they should have done in the first half. Instead of just passing and looking good, you have to have an end product from that. Richarlison went as a centre forward and just stayed there. Sonny on the left, Johnson on the right, and it looked so much more sort of fixed and right for Spurs. And 20 minutes is not enough though when you're playing against Liverpool at Anfield. It's not enough. So
this defeat means that Tottenham now can only get 69 points, and they've got to win their last 3 matches, and Aston Villa are currently on 67. But Liverpool might help them out, because Liverpool play at Villa Park against Aston Villa next, a week on Monday, a week tomorrow. But for Liverpool, a 4-2 win, and they've looked much more like themselves, or at least they did for the first hour today. But a good win really for Liverpool in Jurgen Klopp's penultimate home match. Liverpool 4, Tottenham 2